I am Payal, your own study abroad expert. So in the previous videos, we had discussed some important tips and strategies to get your desired band in writing and reading module. And a lot of students have shared with me that those tips have been really useful for them. So you can actually trust me, all these strategies that I'm sharing with you have really worked wonders with my students, and I'm happy to share all that knowledge that I have with all of you so that you can get your desired score and fulfill your international dreams. So in this video, on the request of few students, I'm going to discuss some important 9 tips or strategies that would help you get a band 9 in the listening module of IELTS. The first important tip is you should familiarize yourself with multiple speakers. So a lot of people tell me that they're watching a lot of English movies to improve their English, to improve their listening, and that's not going to help. Let me make it very clear, because you have the video also in front of you, and half of the time you're not really listening to them, but you're also relating with the video that you see, so that's a sheer waste of time. All of us have limited time to crack this exam and go ahead with our ambitions. So therefore we should listen to different kind of audios, and we should get familiarized with different speakers of different nationalities, like Americans, Canadians, Australians, British, etc. The second important tip is read the instructions carefully. So when we do a lot of practice questions, we probably read this instruction again and again, not more than 3 words. But then examiner can change the instruction anytime. He could change it to not more than 2 words, not more than 4 words, or by default, we always end up marking one option in the multiple choice. But maybe there's a question which has an instruction, mark 2 answers, mark 3 answers, and you have to answer all of them correctly, all 3 of them or all 2 of them to get that 1 point. So read the instructions carefully. This is the most important tip, and this is one reason why people don't read the instructions, is why they get a less band as well. The third important tip is you should fill in your answers in the correct space, especially when you're writing a paper-based test. So it often happens that you will write the answer of 1 in the second, and then you will not lose marks on one question, but your entire sequence would go wrong. So transfer your answers in the correct space. It's very important. It looks quite trifle, but believe me, a lot of people have lost their bands because of this silly mistake of theirs. So the fourth important point is use the available time that you have to understand the context and probably weave a story on what you're going to listen further. So whenever a section starts, you always hear this instruction that you get 30 seconds to go through the questions, and then the audio starts after 30-40 seconds. So use that available time to predict what you're going to listen. So that would definitely help you understand the context and prepare yourself what you're going to listen to, and that will help you extract the information to answer your questions quickly. So the fifth important tip is avoid the spelling errors. A lot of times people know the answers, but because they make spelling errors, they lose the point. In reading, we can always refer back to the passage and we can always look for the spellings, but in listening, we'll have to write the answer on the basis of what you hear. And there are many words where the pronunciation is different from the spellings, and that's where you go wrong with your spelling. So be very, very careful about that. Around 80% of students, when they don't get their desired band, even after they've attempted 38, 39 questions out of 40, is mainly because they went wrong with spelling errors. So be careful about that. And as I've already discussed in my previous videos, make a list of those commonly used words where you often go wrong with spellings, so that you can always revise them regularly and do not make mistake, at least with those words. Now the sixth important tip that I would like to give you is practice a lot. Practice with varied topics, with multiple speakers, get familiar with them, and getting familiarity with the topic is also equally important. For example, if you are a doctor and you listen to an audio related to some subject in medicine, you'll probably enjoy that conversation. But if I play an audio which is related to Roman history or geography or something which you don't really enjoy, you would keep getting distracted and you would lose the focus. So that is something you need to avoid. So practice a lot with the varied topics, and that would really help you to cope up and be focused while you're doing your exam. The next important tip is, when you're attempting your multiple choice questions, do not always think of just jumping onto the right answer. It's important to strike the wrong options first so that you can arrive at your right answer, because as I said, a lot number of times the options may not use the exact words from the conversation, and then using that elimination method to strike the wrong options to arrive at the right one really works wonders. Now, last but not the least, the important tip is that try to follow the order of the questions for your question types, diagrams, and flowcharts, because this is the order in which you will hear the information. So that would really help you to understand if you missed any question. And the most important thing that you should take care is, do not panic if you are not able to answer a question. Do not waste a lot of time on that. Go ahead. It's important to go on. Otherwise, you lose the whole track, and you will not be able to, crack even the bare minimum in your listening module. So remember to apply all these 9 strategies to get your desired band, and I'm 100% sure the way these strategies have worked for my own students is going to work for you as well. So remember to subscribe to us, like this channel, share this channel with all your friends, and you would definitely be able to achieve your dreams. We want to be a part of your success and journey. And if you want us to make a video on any particular topic, you could freely drop in the comment section, and we would definitely go ahead with that. So look forward to impart all the knowledge I have with all of you. But remember to subscribe to us right now. Do not procrastinate. That is one big reason why people do not achieve success. Procrastination should not happen. So be with us, subscribe to us right away, and look forward to a lot of useful content. Thank you.